Department distinguished alumni, all my fellow colleagues, and all the participants of this program, a very good afternoon to one and all. Despite of this lockdown of the uncertain COVID pandemic, it is with immense pleasure that I, Mrs. Pooja Kadam, Assistant Professor of Civil Engineering Department of Vidyavardhani's College of Engineering and Technology, welcomes each one of you for the Student Development Program on Career Planning Preparation for Competitive Exams. To start with the session, first I would like to thank our Honorable Principal, Dr. Harish for his kind support for conducting such a program in such a tough situation. I welcome him heartedly for our program. We have with us our HOD sir, Dr. Sunil J. Kirloskar, whose continuous efforts and guidance to the faculties and the students have made this event possible. We welcome you, sir, to be the integral part of the program. We also have with us our presenters for today's session, our Civil Engineering Department distinguished alumni, Ashton Mhashilkar and Tushar Panigrahi. We also had Bhushan Jawarkar with us today, but unfortunately, our presenter Bhushan could not join us today, as in the morning he got order for duty at quarantine center. This is really an uncertain condition, but Bhushan, we are really proud of you. Officers like you are always at the front line of the nation for our safety, and because of them, we are safe and comfortable at home. So, thank you. On behalf of the entire Civil Engineering Department, I welcome you all to this Student Development Program. Finally, last but not the least, I welcome all my fellow faculty members, registered participants, and all the viewers. Welcome to the inauguration ceremony of the 5-day Student Development Program on career planning and preparation of competitive exams. I would like to call upon our HOD, Dr. Sunil J. Kirloskar, sir, to deliver his addressal speech.
Yeah, thanks, Pooja madam. Hello, everyone. Very good afternoon to you all. Well, this is our first day of the uh, webinar, or you can say series of online lectures or presentations. Main difference in this is the students who have passed out from the college and doing jobs at present, they are the speakers here. So it is interesting and something different. Now, this idea came in mind for all our teachers through the fact that, well, we are giving various academic, supplements like notes and YouTube, etc. Various material of various subjects, Google Classroom, etc. But this type of discussion or exchange of I would say experience, thoughts of the students, passed out students who are working in their jobs or who have done other efforts than the jobs. Like we have in our 5 days the students who are in the government jobs. Then from this college they are passed out. Then the students who are taking education abroad for MS and other courses. Then some of them have turned out to be entrepreneurs also. Others are in the, they have passed out the competitive exams while studying in BE, and now they are in the other fields like other than the academic. Then some of them have passed out GATE exam also. So these are some way or the other. These are all classes we have found out, wherein a lot of students can be presented in this seminar to all of us, and they will tell their experience. And in general, these are simple chats out. It is nothing really very serious or anything. We don't want it actually. it to be very serious, but interesting and a bit formal, rather informal, I would say. So this type of 1.5 hours each day, if the students exchange with the teachers or all of you participants, then it will be great to take, I would say, some good points would be taken, take home points would be there for you all. So our main purpose is to just casually listen to what their experience. You can also ask the questions to them, your doubts, particularly all we are strangled in this, uh, lockdown period. So it is really, let us see what the situation they are facing or what they will advise us. Fine. With these words, I will again tell Pooja madam to take over. Please. Thank you. Thank you very much for all of you for attending with such a great number. Thanks.
Thank you, HOD sir, for the wonderful speech. Now we will have an inauguration speech from Principal Dr. Harish Vankudre sir. Okay, so we'll have an inauguration speech from our principal sir. I think there is some technical issue with the video. Okay, so we'll start our session now. I'll thank Principal Sir for the motivational words, but which could not be shared today due to some technical issue. Now, starting with the session of today, which is on preparation of government exams. Okay. Every year, millions of aspirants appear for various government jobs across India. Government jobs are considered to be stable with great opportunities for growth at both personal and professional level. Every year, various exams are conducted by IBPS, SSC, RRB, UPSC, etc. for recruitment of lakhs of candidates in various government posts. Not every candidate is able to turn their aspirations into reality. The way they prepare for government job exams, their preparation approach makes them stand out of the crowd. Keeping that in mind, we are conducting this session on preparation for government exams by our civil engineering department alumni who were once amongst us, and their hard work and dedication has made them achieve success. So our presenter for today are Ashtave Mhashilkar and Tushar Panigrahi. As said previously, Bhushan Jawarkar could not join us. Now, starting with our first presenter, Ashtave Ganesh Mhashilkar. He is BE Civil pass out from VSET in the year 2018 with CGPI of 9.54. He has worked at Naval Dockyard in the year 2018. He has cleared MPSC exam and Intelligence Bureau Assistant exam till the stage of interview in 2018. In the year 2019, he cleared BMC exam for the post of sub-engineer. He is currently working as sub-engineer civil at Municipal Corporation of Greater Mumbai. His introduction is itself an achievement in such a short span. So let us hear more from him. I would request Ashtaveer to take over the session from here on.
Hello. Hello everyone. This is Ashtavir Ganesh Mhashilkar here. I am currently working in BMC, that is Municipal Corporation of Greater Mumbai, as a sub-engineer officer in Hydraulic Engineers Department. Firstly, thanks for this opportunity to share my experience, to share my struggle, to share my strengths, to share my weaknesses, to share my journey with all of you guys. I hope a short introduction of myself, it will definitely provide you all guys a different exposure to a many sections. आपको इससे ज़्यादा मोटिवेशन मिलेगा जो मैंने अचीव किया है. So please stay with us. Hope your doubts get cleared and help to enhance your motivation. So, firstly, I have completed my Bachelor of Engineering Civil in 2018 with CGPI of 9.54 pointer. Yes, I'm the college topper and the Mumbai University ranker too. And here is a secret which I will tell you at the last. So, I have cleared various government examinations like MPSC, Civil Engineering Services, and BMC, Sub-Engineer. I have also cleared RPSC, that is Rajasthan Public Service Commission examinations into year 2018. I worked for Indian Navy in year 2018 for almost about 8 to 9 months. I have also cracked the most difficult exam of in our country, that is Intelligence Bureau Assistant Examination in year 2018. So now coming to the internship, I have successfully completed my internship in STEM Mumbai Metro Rail Corporation in year January 2018. That is the MM3, that is Mumbai Metro Line 3 project, the 30.4 kilometer long the underground railway route. I have also been selected for various apprenticeship programs through NATS, that is National Apprenticeship Training Scheme via PMO at ISRO and Airport Authority of India. In during my college days, I have also awarded by some prestigious award, that is I got All India rank 1 at IIT Bombay for making earthquake resistant structure, and I have also got second rank in popular choice category in the event of Transform Maharashtra, and got awarded by the earliest Chief Minister of Maharashtra, Devendra Fadnavis. So this is all short about myself. Now I'm going to share how can I achieve and how could I achieve this and what is my journey. So this will motivate you how to prepare for the exam, how to crack the exam, what to prepare, how to study, and when to start study. Firstly, the journey is not an easy. The era starts from our college VCT, that is Vidyavarthini's College of Engineering and Technology. College, in my opinion, is the great place to be and to learn the great things. In that, our civil engineering department has provided us an excellent environment to train and polish our expertise in knowledge, commitment for studies, reviewing and learning the subjects that will prepare for an individual to ready for an real industry. So now I'm sharing a PPT which will help you guys to get motivated and how to study for the competitive exam and what are the minute strategies. Okay. Hello. So the preparation of competitive exam is, we know it is really daunting. The success rate is almost below 1%. But if you follow the proper strategy, then it can be much more easier. And here I'm going to tell you a secret. That is suppose you have set a target for suppose an MPSC exam. The applications will be all around 1 lakh, and the seat available it is almost around about 100 to 200. So the success rate is almost about 1%. So, but candidates don't get afraid of these figures and statistics, because your competition always lies within a range of 1,000 to 2,000 people who are being seriously preparing for the exam. So what they study, how they study, they make a timetable, they make a schedule, they make a proper planning. So, and they know their strengths and weaknesses. So if you know your strength and work on your weaknesses, it will be very easy to crack the any examination and to get a seat in government. So then it comes to the resources. The doubt is from where we can get the resources to study, what to study. So here is a chance. Here is I am telling you from my experiences. I have gone through the various websites like various government websites and the Telegram channels, the WhatsApp, various WhatsApp groups, the various YouTube channels, various applications like GradeUp, the Wi-Fi study channel. There are various online study material available, and this generation can easily find the and download the ebooks too. So it is very easy to get the notification by joining the Telegram group channels or something YouTube by subscribing to some government preparation YouTube channels. So how to start? Almost all the competitive examination requires and tests your mathematical skills. Your mathematical skills should be very, very fast. So start by preparing from basics, SSC and HSC level maths. That is, you can just start by following a BODMAS rule, by taking a derivatives, by solving a problem of integration. It will enhance your aptitude and your reasoning skills. You should be up to date with the general knowledge, because some of the competitive exam also includes the general knowledge and the current affair questions. The regular reading of your newspaper and magazines and also the news channels will help you a lot to get the readout of current affair questions. So how to make a study plan? See guys, the first of all, almost all the government examination published as advertised, and they published a syllabus on their respective website. So go through the syllabus thoroughly. I'm sure that no other question will be out of the syllabus. So go through the syllabus thoroughly and make a plan and try to cover the whole syllabus. And here is a secret, that almost all the toppers always prepare for 85% of syllabus, and that is, I believe, well enough to study and to crack the examination. And the main key is the revision. Revision leads you to the path of success. Start revision at least 1 month earlier. I have just started preparing for my government examination after completing the B. So it almost required 1 year, and during the span of 1 year, I have cracked almost 5 to 6 government examination, and I am sure you too can start preparing for after your B final year and revise your syllabus before the 1 month. And lastly, try the mock test. Here, mock tests are the chances to rectify your mistakes before going to the final exam. This will boost your accuracy almost by 50%. Last but not the least, during the preparation, during your journey, you have to evaluate yourself. You have to manage yourself. How are you really doing? You have to take care of your health. Always try to stay positive and confident. Always avoid the negative environment. Be happy. Believe in yourself, and mostly be you. Do whatever you want to do. Do whatever you want to achieve, and work accordingly so that you can achieve it by, by being motivated. I'm telling you my experience, my personal experience, while working in the BMC in Kulaba region. I'm working in the hydraulic engineer department, that is the water resource department. So there is a contamination case. The water contamination occurred at Kulaba Kulivada area. There are the 2000 plus slums. There were 2000 plus slums and affecting and getting dirty water from the last 7 to 8 days. And here comes your civil engineering skills and the point, why to be a officer? Because at your decision, the whole 6 to 7 lakh population will be affected. This is the power of an officer. This is the power of an noble authority. So I have solved that issue within a span of 3 days, and this will always be motivate. This will, I hope this will motivate to be as an officer. So remember one thing: do believe in your abilities, do believe in yourself. Every day is a new day. Forget everything that made you to lose your self-belief and made you to call yourself a loser. Keep aside every negativity. Kick off everything and everyone keeping you away from your dream, and just hug the positivity. This helps a lot to be as a good human being too. The one thing I have remembered from my college days, that वक्त सबको मिलता है जिंदगी बदलने के लिए, वक्त सबको मिलता है जिंदगी बदलने के लिए, लेकिन जिंदगी दोबारा नहीं मिलती वक्त बदलने के लिए. So remember guys, the time is very precious. It's very precious, especially when you are going to prepare for a competitive examination. So one line I will tell you and you will be done with that. एक तो जान लगा दो वरना जाने दो. See, if you toil for 1 to 2 years, will be happy for rest of your life. But if you laze for now, will have to toil for next of your whole life. So thank you so much for such an opportunity to speak about the golden college era of my and the life lessons I have learned from my college days and my journey to achieve the success. Enjoy your journey, guys. Honestly, all the very best to you, and mainly stay safe. Take care.
Thanks a lot, Ashtavir. That was a wonderful session. And I hope your session might have cleared many doubts of our participants. So thank you so much. So our next presenter for today. Okay, so our next presenter for today is Tushar Panigrahi. He is last for the today session, but not the least. He has been passed out of our college in the year 2017 with CGPI of 7.25. He has received Best Employee Award of the Month at Rustamji Academy for Global Careers in September 2017. He has also qualified Railway Recruitment Board exam and Food Corporation of India exam and even GATE exam. Now over to you, Tushar. Much from you.
So, hi everyone, this is Tushar Panigrahi. As ma'am said, I am a pass out of the 2017 batch of Civil Engineering from Vidyavardhini's College of Engineering and Technology. Surprisingly, it also happens to be the first batch to pass out from the VCET. So I would like to thank Civil Department and the institution to give this opportunity so that I can guide the viewers about how a student can appear for government exams, what are the aspects to consider, what are the strategies and one can adopt, and is it possible to crack an exam while they're working at some place. So to start off, I would like to give a small introduction about myself and the journey. The journey story is not because I want to share my story as a Indian Idol audition video, but it's because I want everyone to relate to it, because there may be many people who might be at a stage where I was at when I was making the decisions. So as they say, समझदार वही है जो दूसरों की गलतियों से सीखता है. So I'll tell my story. If you find any mistakes, so you might learn something from it and might not repeat the same mistake. And then we will go into the detailed analysis of the exams that you might want to appear. So I request everyone to stay till the end so that you can also ask your questions and doubts, and we can answer that to complete your complete satisfaction. So I completed my BE in the year 2017 with a CGPA of 2.75. As we all know, 7.25 is not a very huge CGPA, but it's a very decent one. And I was like that only. I was pretty decent with my academics, but I was more involved into all kind of extracurricular activities. I was heading the civil engineering department student body called Civil Engineering Students Association, called CESA, for a period of 3 years. I was the sports secretary for consecutive 2 years. I played for the college cricket team for all the 4 years, and many more such activities. I've also won many technical event awards. So this session is not just for the toppers, but also for everyone, because competitive exams do not ask you your pointers. All they consider is the cutoff marks that the particular exam has, and so, and but I'll tell you how paying attention in college and working hard in the college and studying properly in college helps to crack the exam quite easily. So after completing my degree, since I had a college placement at Rustamji Academy for Global Careers, which is in Thane, it also has a branch in Dahanu. So Rustamji Academy for Global Careers is nothing but a private vocational education institution. It's like ITIs, like the government has. It's a private one, and it works very closely with the Skill India initiative. So I was recruited there as a graduate trainee, where I was for the construction department. I was being groomed to be a professor, and later on I was then transferred to a more managerial role, and which I enjoyed a lot, and during which I won a Best Employee of the Month award in my fourth month of the service, which was in the probation period, and it was for the first time that it happened that a probation employee was given Employee of the Month award. So after working 9 to 10 months, I realized that I was moving into a comfort zone. Moving into a comfort zone is not a crime, but at the age of 23 and 24, you do want to experiment and you do want to try what are your strengths and weaknesses. So when it was the first time that I thought that I should go for preparation of any competitive exam. So I was analyzing what are the different exams. So I had GRE, I had GATE, I had UPSC IES, I had MPSC, then I had CAT for the management. But since UPSC was something that is very uh, UPSC is something that is very prestigious in this country. Either you can join by civil services or you can join by engineering services. So since I was an engineer, I thought it's better to start with engineering services. Uh, so then so after the analysis I did, I selected that I should go for UPSC ESC and GATE. So then I left my job and went to coaching center in Hyderabad, where I studied for approximately 8 months. And then I appeared for the first time. I attempted my UPSC ESC for the first time in 2019 January, which I think I gave pretty well. It was very decent attempt that time, but I couldn't clear it. So in the month of February, then I appeared for GATE, where I scored 48 marks, which was good for any normal master's MTech degree. But since I wanted to either go to IIT or do a PSU job, but 48 is not enough for a PSU, um, so I could not secure the PSU job as well. So then I went to Delhi for the mains preparation, since I thought that I would clear ESC prelims quite easily. But when I went to Delhi, the ESC results came out, and it was that I did not clear it. So I came back to Mumbai, and it was in 15 days that the BMC exam, sub engineer exam, was supposed to be conducted. And I attempted it, but I got around 49 marks out of 100, which was not enough for the open category. So that was something that I failed to qualify. Now, this was an important lesson to learn, and this is why I'm telling you this. I could not clear ESC, GATE, I could not get the required marks. Then the sub engineer exam, I could not get the marks, because all the three exams were having a different nature. And the problem was I studied every exam in the same manner, which was not required. So that is one point that we'll discuss, that how every exam is different and how we have to prepare it. So we'll jump straight into the presentation that I've prepared. Okay, so I'll tell about myself. What are the different exams that I have appeared? So I have appeared RRBJ, which I have cleared. I have appeared for FCI, that is Food Corporation of India Junior Engineer, that I have cleared. I have given the MPSC exam last year, which I have cleared the prelims. But since the main results are delayed, we'll come to know about in a few months. So that is remaining. And UPSC EAC I have failed twice. I have failed to qualify twice. But this year I hopefully clear all the three stages. So we'll see what are the general formats of a notification. So that you know everything about how to approach an exam, how to know about an exam, how to clear the exam. So the first is that we will see it is the general format of the notification. So here we have a notification example we have taken is of the Food Corporation of India. So the basic is the company name. Then we have the advertisement category that we have advertisement number and the category. Then we have a small introduction. Then we come to know about the vacancies in the next few pages. There you can see the different kind of vacancies, the post, the salary structure, then the total number of seats as per the different categories. Then we go about what are the qualifications and the experiences that is required, the eligibility criteria that is required. Okay, all right. We'll restart the this screen sharing with the Food Corporation of India notification. So here we have the notification once again. On the top we can see the company name. Then we have the vacancy list. Then we have the zone-wise division of what are the various vacancies that are there. So then we have the different qualifications that are required, the eligibility, as some of the exams don't require B degree. Some of the exams are okay with the diploma as well. So that is something that you will know in the notification over here. The qualification experience is required in this section. Then you have the selection process. The selection process is another important element because it is where you plan your preparation about. How you plan the preparation is something that is you show in the selection, you can decide in the selection process. Now in this exam, we had a pattern of the online test. It was an online exam and the first part of this exam was preliminary stage. And in the preliminary stage, you can see that we can see the number of sections, the marks that is there, the number of questions, the duration, and the version, that is which language it is available. So we see the first exam that we are talking about is Food Corporation of India preliminary exam. In this, we can see that the exam pattern is quite similar to the banking exam. This is something that you see in a banking exam pattern. Sorry, there was a voice problem and I think it's rectified now. We can continue. So in the second stage, we can see there are two papers, that is paper 1 and paper 2. So in the paper 1, we have syllabus like general aptitude, reasoning, general intelligence, English language, computer proficiency, general awareness, current events, and data analysis and data numericals, and ability of data interpretation. So these are quite a few subjects that are not taught in the engineering syllabus. But since every exam tests your versatility and the dynamics of a student, you have to appear and go through these kind of subjects as well, and for which you need quite good resources. So these resources are not easily available, but now were not easily available. But now with the changing usage of internet, you can find various websites, Telegram channels, and Facebook groups from where you can get your notes. So then we go on to see what are the various exam syllabus. What is the syllabus for the technical part? So in the technical part, we can see there are 64 multiple choice questions of civil engineering or electrical or mechanical as per your specialization and the field that you have done your engineering in. So here we have the syllabus. So you can go through the syllabus while you are watching the notification. Then we can see the general instructions. Then we can see the general instructions. Now we can go to the selection application process. So this is the procedure for applying online. So you can go through the application. You can see what are the different requirements of photograph, signature. In this case, there was a requirement of acknowledgement and a declaration. So every exam has a different set of requirements. Every exam has a different set of requirements that you have to fulfill. You cannot just say that I have given one exam and I'll use the same things for other exams as well. So your form can be nullified. So you have to keep and make sure that you read every notification properly and not blindly just fill the forms. Then we go on to the payment procedure, which is different for different exams. The examination fees different for different exams. The relaxation for different people. Then what are the guidelines for uploading the documents? Then we have the annexures. Annexures are the different certificates that are required for the various kind of students. So here we saw how the notification has to be read. Now we'll go on to this PowerPoint slide again. So we saw in the notification, so introduction, we saw the vacancy details, we saw the qualification and eligibility, we saw the selection process, we saw the syllabus, we saw the general information instructions, we saw the application fees, the registration process, the schedule. Yes, schedule is something which is not given in every exam, but definitely it is something that every website does post. You can see the different websites and you can see that they post their tentative schedules, which is good for the judgment, and you can start your preparation using those schedules because they are making those schedules with a lot of experience, because the websites are not new. They have been working on in this field for a lot of time. So it's okay to trust them and start your preparation according to them. So this is the exam that I'll consider all the exams. We'll see the notification time, the schedule of the exam, and what are the requirements and what are the syllabus. We'll go through every exam possible. And so the first exam we are considering is Railway Recruitment Board (RRB), which was the Central Employment Notice 03 of 2018. So this was the last notification that RRB published in 2018. So it was published in December. The prelims exam took place in June, and as soon as the result came, the notice was there. In August we will have the mains examination. So after the mains exam, the results were declared, and the shortlisted students were called for the document verification. And in the month of February, I got the result that I have cleared the exam of RRBJ. But since because of the COVID crisis, the offer letter has been delayed, and I don't have the offer letter as of now. So we'll see the structure of the examination. All the exams that I have cleared are two-stage exams. So the first stage is obviously the prelims, where we can see the syllabus as mathematics, general intelligence, reasoning, general awareness, general science, total marks, and the time in minutes. So you can see that mathematics, this mathematics is nothing but the school mathematics that we had till 10th standard in CBSE or in the CBSE board. But every student who has done from given in SSC board can very easily clear the mathematics portion. As we are engineers, so definitely our mathematics, general intelligence, reasoning is very strong. And in RRB, there was also general science syllabus, which had 30 questions, and 30 questions were divided into 10 questions of chemistry, biology, and physics, roughly. There were not exactly 10, 10, 10, but roughly you can divide into 10 questions each. And in general awareness, we had GK and current affairs, that is static, as well as the dynamic GK. So you have to be at par and in sync with what is going on in and around you. So you have to read the newspapers. If not newspapers, then definitely the current affairs magazine, If you are Instagram, there are many channels that have that post current affairs. So if you want to do time pass, along with time pass, you can study. So that is something that Instagram offers you. But it's better to not get into those social media applications if you are studying very dedicatedly for your exams. So for the 1 year that I was preparing for RRB, FCI, and UPSC, I did not use any social media applications except WhatsApp and Telegram, because those were the only two mediums for communicating with my family, and the for Telegram for the various groups and notes. So in the mains, you have again the general awareness, but the difficulty rises, the difficulty changes. Physics, chemistry, again the difficulty changes. Computer application is something that you won't find anywhere in your notes, but this is something that you will find on various banking exam syllabus. So this computer notes you can easily get from all the banking websites, banking exam websites who teach and provide notes for banking related exams. So you can get your computer awareness notes very easily from there. Basics of environment and pollution control. This is something that you so this is something that you can study from your first year notes that you had for environment, or you can also go for basic notes of UPSC civil services or engineering services where they teach environment and pollution control. So you can use those notes and very shallowly you can study that, because for 10 questions it is very enough to read a very lightly and not going into a lot of depth. Technical abilities is something you go for your civil engineering specification, you go for whatever you have studied in civil engineering, and you have 100 questions of that. So here is the first lesson that I want you to learn, that not every exam is same. And why I am saying this is because technical ability questions in exams like JEE, SSC JEE, RRB JEE, FCI JEE are a lot based on the memory based questions and not conceptual questions. So the more you solve your MCQ books, the more you will be able to do it properly. So because that is the main difference between exams like RRB JEE and UPSC ESC. ESC has a lot of conceptual requirement and not memory based questions. So definitely JEE level exams is easy for those who are good at memory based questions. They can remember figures and facts, and what are the requirements for, like, for different span, what is the section that is required. So these are the kind of questions they ask. So even in RRB JEE and FCI JEE, kind of questions are a lot based on memory and one line answers and not very conceptual questions. So you can solve a lot of books and you can read a lot of textbooks for that, so that you can remember these one line facts and figures. Then I can share with you the various resources that I had used for clearing the RRB exam. So for current affairs, there are various videos on YouTube. Like many of the people who don't know that YouTube can actually, if a video is of 3 hours, you need not put 3 hours to view the whole video. You can actually just see that, you can just see that same video in 2 hours, 2.5 hours by changing the playback speed, and that's how you see the you see your current affairs. You don't completely sit and listen to the 3 hours. You can just remember the main important current affair point that the presenter is giving you in the videos, and that is very helpful. And it's better to prepare current affairs at the end, because you are not someone who has a background of politics and sports. So you are an engineering student. So the less you remember your unwanted things, the more better it is. So as we don't want to remember the current affairs for a lot of time, it's better to just watch it at the end of the preparation, like 1 week before the exam or 3 days before the exam. View it 2 times if you want. If you want to remember, view it 2 times, you can view it 2 times, and then you can uh, go for the exam directly without making proper notes for it. Then you can prepare for your general knowledge from the Lucent's general knowledge book, which is available everywhere and is very popular for these kind of exams. So with Lucent's, you can find your polity, history, geography, sports related, static GK. Then you have your physics, chemistry, biology, and that is more than enough for JEE level exams from this GK book. Then, as I said, the computer application notes are you can take from any banking exam notes, which are available on websites like Textbook, Bolt, Online Tayari. So these are the websites that you can that you can use for your notes, and technical notes that are available from your college or from your friends or from any big coaching institute is also fine. But since I had told you that the more you solve questions for these kind of exams, the better it is. So technical syllabus, it's good to cover it through the MCQ books, and from the coaching institution is also fine. Or you can independent publication house books also you can use, like S. Chand, or you can use Gupta and Gupta. You can use Kurmi. So these are the various kind of books that you can use for preparing the technical syllabus and technical part of the RRB JE or FCI JE or SSC JE for that matter. Then we go on to the next exam that I covered, that was Food Corporation of India advertisement number 01/19/2019 category 3. So the notification was there in April 2019, and soon the exam was declared, that was in June 2019. And as soon as the result came in 14 days, there was a notice that the mains exam is in 14 days. So there was a lot of hurry in that exam, and we did not uh, there was not a lot of time to appear for the mains examination, but still, as I was preparing for the RRB exam at the same time, I had the momentum, and that is what helped me to clear the FCIJ mains examination. And the results were declared in January. Then I was called for the document verification in the month of February after my gate exam, and after that the offer letter is once again stuck because of the COVID crisis. So and so I'll soon get the offer letter once the COVID crisis is over and everything is back to normal. Then we can see what is the prelims examination. So of FCI, here also we have general English, reasoning ability, numerical aptitude, and here you can see that for 30 questions there's only 20 minutes. For 35 questions there's only 20 minutes. For numerical aptitude there's again 20 minutes. So this is a kind of format that the banking exams use. So that is the level that you have to gain so that you can clear these exams. These exams are for JE level, but that does not mean that general syllabus will be easy for you. That is again something that you have to remember, that although you are an engineer, but you are competing you are competing at a level of a banking exam aspirant who is preparing for these kind of topics like English. They have various special books for English. They have reasoning ability. They have huge books that they practice just for reasoning ability. So that is the kind of level you have to achieve to clear these exams. And for that you can use online test series from test book or online tayari, again just as I had said previously. So um, this is how you have to prepare very properly for the prelims exams. Then we have the mains exams. Again, as I said, both the exams that I have cleared so far are two-staged exams. So as I said about the prelims, now we are going on to the mains. So the mains, we have two exams, and I had to sit for the complete 150 minutes and complete the exam. The paper one was again general aptitude consisting of reasoning and general awareness and intelligence, and English language, computer proficiency, general awareness, current events, and data interpretation. So these are all of the tough levels, because this paper one is common for a lot of posts. That is, you can see junior engineer, civil engineer, junior engineer, electrical and mechanical engineer, AG3 general, AG3 accounts, AG3 technical, AG3 depot. So all these students who are not engineers, they are special and very expert in these kind of topics, but we are not. But we have to make sure that we do decent preparation for at least this portion, so that we are not heavily relied on this portion. That is why I say, when you are preparing for the mains also in this FCI, you have to prepare for the general subjects also, because there are 120 multiple choice questions from there and only 60 from your technical portion. And even these 60 questions are very random and very memory based questions. As I said previously, in RRB exams also there are memory based questions. So I can show you the resources that were used. So I specifically I used a test series from online tayari for FCI. But if you are not able to find such test series, you can easily use the banking exams for test series for the prelims, and then online current affairs material that I said previously from various blogs and magazines from the coaching institutes and YouTube videos. Then you can use computer notes from banking exams, as I told you, and the same for technical again, because these are JE level exams, so you need more practice practice of solving questions and memory-based questions rather than going into a lot of concept. So the more you solve here, the more effective your preparation will be. So next we have the UPSC Engineering Services, which I am again going to appear this year. So the notification sequence is usually this way. That is, the notification comes in the September month of this year. Preliminary exam is in the next year January. Mains is again next year June. In August and November you have the interviews and results the next year. So the timeline may change because of COVID crisis this year, but because we don't know what are the various exams that are going to be conducted, when are going to be conducted, because we have no idea when everything will be back to normal. So all the exams that I have told will take place at some or the other point of time, but I cannot tell you or share you an exact date. I don't want to be giving you a false date or a false hope. So keep an eye on the various websites and which I'm going to share. You can see the notifications there, and you can be alert about when to fill the form and everything. So the UPSC ESC is a very important exam, because UPSC engineering is something, engineering services is something which is the topmost post an engineer can get in this country. Like a bureaucrat can get the topmost post through UPSC Civil Services examination, an engineer can get a top post in UPSC Engineering Services examination. So this is a very difficult exam, but a very interesting exam to crack, because here you cannot just remember the questions and you can answer the questions. You have to go very deeply into the concepts, and then you have to clear it. So the GS paper of UPSC prelims there are three papers in UPSC prelims. That is, one is the GS paper, then we have the technical portion, paper 1 and paper 2. So we'll first see the general syllabus paper. We have current affairs, engineering aptitude, engineering mathematics. So as I said, aptitude and mathematics is something which is very strong for engineers, but current affairs is something that everyone has to work very strongly, and you have to keep an eye on what's happening. So you have to constantly read current affairs magazine. Here you cannot just see a 3 hours video to clear the exam, because UPSC current affairs are a very comprehensive portion. You have to keep an eye on whatever is being happening throughout the year. Like in January, if you have completed this year's exam, so the next January, when you are appearing again for the UPSC exam, you have to keep track of the current affairs for the whole year, and not just for a few months, like 3 months or 4 months before the exam, like in JEE level exams. So you have to keep reading magazines and keep reading current affairs blogs throughout the year, and not just for few months. Then we have the general principles of design, drawing, importance of safety. So this is something which is not taught for to civil engineers, um, but for Jahan, you can definitely remember from the first year you had your basic drawing tools. What is importance of scale? What is RF? So these are what are the various structures. Then you can remember this from the first year syllabus that you have for drawing, engineering drawing. Then you have standard and safety quality practices in standards and quality practices in production, construction, maintenance, and services. So this is again something which is not taught civil engineers, but you can use any notes from any coaching institute which is available online also to prepare for this. Basics of energy and environment is something that I already told that this is specifically prepared for civil services and engineering services students. So you can use those notes. Basics of project management. So this project management part is something that civil engineers and mechanical engineers have edge on, because this is something that is taught. Um, that is taught in the engineering syllabus itself. You have the CPM, you have the PERT, then you have resource leveling, you have um, such things, resource smoothing in project management in civil engineering, and that is what is asked in this project management as well. What are the stages of project management? What are the principles of project management? So this is something the students have an edge on. Then you have the basics of material science. This is something mechanical students would love, because they have this in the technical syllabus as well. Then we have information and communication technology based tools and their application in engineering. So this is somewhat that you have to learn from the current affairs, because these questions are asked from the current affairs syllabus. And what is Bitcoin, what is the new trend, what is 5G. So these are the kind of objective questions you can expect from the current affairs itself. And there are a lot of questions. We'll definitely answer these, the relevant questions. So please don't worry about your questions not being answered. We are trying maximum to cover in this PPT itself. I'll give the various informations. So don't worry about that, please. Then we have ethics and values in engineering profession. This is something that you have already learned from the school level itself. You have seen what are the virtues and what are the various good habits, what are the bad habits, what is ethical, what is non-ethical, is something which is covered in this subject, but definitely in a more depth. So this is still relevant for you, and you won't find it very difficult to cover. So for engineers, especially for civil engineers, I would say that aptitude, mathematics, drawing, then in energy and environment, because we have environment engineering in our technical syllabus as well. So these are the kind of subjects that you will find relevant and not find any difficulty, like project management, and these are the kind of subjects you won't find very difficult to cover. It is only the subjects like current affairs, then standards and quality practices, material science, ICT, and ethics. These are the only subjects that you have to really worry about, and you can still do it very properly if you have planned your preparation correctly. Then we have the technical paper. These are all objective questions. You have building materials, solid mechanics, structural analysis, design of steel structures, design of concrete and masonry structures, construction practices, planning and management. These are the kind of subjects that you already have in engineering, and these are most of the subjects have happened in the first 3 years. So you have already studied these subjects beforehand. So it is not something you have to learn again. That is one advantage I would say that the students currently doing engineering have, because what I did was I worked for 1 year, so I was not in touch with the subjects. So when I again started preparing, so it took a lot of time to get into the groove, which I don't want others to go through. So I would just suggest that while you are doing engineering, just already keep an eye on the kind of notifications that are out in the websites, because you don't want to be starting working somewhere and again come back to studying, because that takes a lot of time and it breaks the momentum, and you don't want to waste your years of your precious life on again starting to study from the basics. So I would just say that these are the kind of subjects that you have already studied previously. Then fluid mechanics, hydrology, water resource engineering, environmental engineering, geotechnical, surveying, and transportation. These are again subjects that you have already learned in your first 3 years. Definitely some subjects are there in the fourth year, but definitely you can cover them up after your exams are happening in the month of May and June, and then you can prepare for your ESC preparation, which is there in the next year, January. So you can obviously have a great momentum that you have gained after your month of June, and then you can give your exams in the month of January. So this is something that I want everyone to remember, that momentum is the most important thing in competitive exams. It is not about how much effort you have put in 8 months before the exam. It is the amount of effort that you put in just 1 month ago before the exam, 2 months before the exam, because competitive exams are a lot about momentum rather than previous efforts. So with this, I end my examination sessions, because I cannot cover every exam because I have not given every exam. So I would just like to share the timeline that uh, I have had. Like in 2017, I completed my engineering. I was working at Rustamji from 2017 till 2018 May. Then I left my job and went to Hyderabad and prepared for the exams. And I gave UPSC 2000, ESC 2019, which I did not qualify. Then in GATE, I got to 48 marks, which was enough for MTech program in any autonomous college, but it was not enough for IITs and PSUs. So that also doesn't matter and does not count. Then we have the BMC sub engineer, which I again failed to qualify by few marks. So this is again something a failure. So you can see that there are almost two reds and one not applicable kind of an exam. But in the next year, you see that in the exam, in the next year, you can see 2019 to 2020 academic year, I have cleared UPSC, MPSC prelims, and I'm waiting for the MPSC mains result. Then I have given the exam of Railway Recruitment Board, which is the JE exam. There are two-stage exam, and I qualified that. Then I have appeared for the Food Corporation of India, JE. That is again a two-stage exam, and I have qualified that. Then I have appeared for UPSC 2020 EAC, but did not qualify it. And again in 2020, I got the same number of marks, that is 48, but it's of no use. Definitely because I'm not interested in doing the MTech programs anymore. So the aim that we have is to convert these reds that we had over here to the greens that we have over here. So how do we do that? So that is something that I want you to now very carefully listen to, and that is analyzing the type and format of exam. That how many stages of exam do you have? What is the syllabus in the preliminary exam? What is the syllabus in the main stage? What is the procedure of interview? What is asked in the interview? What all are requirements in the document verification? You don't want your form to be nullified just because you have given a wrong information in your form. So that is why document verification is very important, and it will be appreciated if you write all the correct details in the form and you read the form very properly while filling the application form. So that is why I told you everything in the notification. I don't want any of you to waste any of the year just because you filled a form wrong or you studied in the wrong manner. So that is why I'm taking this session, and I'm going in a very lot of depth. So yeah, these are the points that I want you to finally remember. That is analysis of the strength and weaknesses. Like I said, in the UPSC IES syllabus, you can see that there is a general syllabus paper and there is technical syllabus paper. Now, many of the students, even I did the same mistake going in the first year behind the general syllabus, because I thought that everyone will be preparing for technical. So I have a very good chance of taking a lead in the GS portion. But this is a very wrong thinking, because everyone includes me, who should have this technical syllabus very strong, because I'm an engineer. So I have to score the same number of marks in technical syllabus like the others are scoring, and then I have to go for the GS syllabus in the remaining time. That too, going mathematics first, then the engineering aptitude second, and the environment third, then project management fourth. These are the priorities that you set when you start preparing. You see the papers from the past year, then you can realize what is the priority that you want to set. Um so this is something that the first point very boldly wants to mark. That is analyzing your strengths and weaknesses. This is very important while you are deciding which subject to attack, which subject should I leave. So while preparing you, what is the amount of syllabus that you want to cover during your exam. Then we have the making of schedule. Making of schedule is another important aspect, because you don't want, just as I said, you have the momentum. You cannot just study for 8 hours or 10 hours in the month of February, and by the time you reach the month of November, for EAC I'm talking about, because that is an exam that conducts every year in the month of January. So I have a rigid example, and according to that I'm telling you the plan. So you cannot study from the month of February for 10 to 12 hours, and you are exhausted by the month of October or November, and then you are fed up and you are not preparing properly in the month of December, and you're going to exam in the month of January. Definitely you will feel a dent in the marks and the preparation. That is why I'm saying making a schedule is very important. Everyone has a different attention span, a different grasping capacity. So according to your strength, you have to make a plan so that you peak at the end of this preparation, that is in the month of November and December. You want to peak in the month of November and December, so that in the month of January you are at your best when you are giving exams. So next we have having a clear mindset. Yes, this is another important aspect, because there are a lot of exams that are being conducted throughout the year. So it's not possible to give every exam. Like in the month of February, you have filled a form. In the month of June, you have an exam, but you have another form that you have filled in the month of May, which has an exam in January, in July. So you cannot prepare for both the exams. So having a clear mindset about which exam you should give is very important. Definitely, if the syllabuses are the same, or the question patterns are same, then you can appear for both the exam. But I cannot appear for an exam like a banking exam in the month of May and expect myself to clear an exam like MPS in the month of June, because it is possible, but it is not practical to do for everyone, because that will just confuse your mind and you will be exhausted by the end of the preparation. So that's another point, like making a right plan. Right plan definitely includes which books to study, which resources to use, where you can find the resources. This all will come in the point of the making a right plan. Then I'm going to the last point, that is peaking at the right time with the test series. Peaking, I'm just saying the word peaking because if you see the knowledge and your expertise in the subject, it should be the top, it should be at the top level or at the peak just before the exam. That is, if you are giving an UPSC exam in the month of January, you want yourself to be best in the month of November and December, where you are applying for the test series, because in the test series you will know that what are the weak points that you have. So you have the month of December, you have the month of December to rectify it, and you have the best plan and the best knowledge in the month of January when you are preparing for the examination. So you have to plan according to your strength when you will peak and how you will peak at the month of December and November. So I would just like to point out a few mobile applications that you can use for your preparation. Few of them are Unacademy. You have a plus course or a normal course. You can go ahead with that anytime. Then GradeUp has come up with a new program, classroom program. You can use that for your EC preparation, GATE preparation. Then you have online tayari for JEE level exams and banking exams, because those are the sites which give you a lot of test series and a lot of papers to attempt from. And there is a huge amount of scope to improve from there. Then you have textbook, to not textbook, it is textbook. Specifically, it's for test series and the banking exams and JEE level exams, for SSC exams. You can use all these mobile applications. There may be more, but since I have used these two to four applications, I'm listing them over here. Then we have a few Telegram channels. Telegram channels are very helpful because there is no limit of the group members. There is you can have quizzes over there. Then you have notification updates over there. Then you have PDFs that are available over there, because there is no limit of the file size. So you can have your books, ebooks. You can find it in the Telegram groups. Then you have so you can note down, if you want. I can just wait and you can note down or take a screenshot of this page, and you can find the channels and then join the channels. Then you can also take the screenshot. These are all popular, you don't need to take a screenshot, but if you still want to note it down, I'm waiting for a few seconds. Then we have the current affairs. Current affairs magazines are very easily available from different coaching classes and coaching institutes. You can order them online. They deliver everywhere. You have the current affairs magazine. You have half yearly current affairs magazine. You have quarterly current affairs magazine. You have yearly current affairs magazine. So there's all type of magazines that are available as per your strength and your capability. Then you have mobile applications for current affairs, like current affairs. The name of the app is Current Affairs. You can find it on Android and iOS stores. There are many current affairs applications you can find. Then regular newspaper readings like the Hindu, the Indian Express. These are all the newspapers you can read for current affairs. But I would suggest not doing this because you are not preparing for civil services and you don't need to go into a lot of depth. Just the bulletin and headline is enough. For that, current affair magazine and mobile applications are very much enough. Then you have current affairs blogs written by many coaching institutes. You can see those as well for quarterly updates and half yearly updates. Then here are the few websites. Like the first one is for the job notifications. Second is again for job notification. Third one is again for job notifications. Then fourth one is again for job notifications. And the last one, you can find a few notes of general studies for UPSC, ESC. I would like you to just go through it because this might be helpful because general studies notes are not easily available. Uh, so I forgot to tell you about a few Telegram channels like Saurabh General Studies. This is again an important channel where you can find ESC updates. So this might help you again. Then these are the few competitive exams that an engineer can appear, because SSCJ is for engineers, Indian Army, Indian Navy, and Indian Air Force. These are all the three defense lines where the civil engineers especially have a lot of vacancies, especially for civil engineers. The mechanical electrical do have the vacancies, but civil engineers have a major chunk of it. Then ISRO is something that you would like to appear for, but the vacancies are very less, and the exam difficulty is very high. There are 80 questions, out of which you have to approximately get 66 questions, 66 to 70 questions correct. Then there's an interview which has a different weightage. So according to your strength and your capability, you can select any of these exams. BARC is another exam which is similar to GATE. You have 100 questions of technical itself, then you have to appear it. You have to give it in 3 hours, and the accuracy is very important in BARC exam. So also through GATE score you can apply into the BRC. Then you have DRDO exams, but DRDO civil engineers have a very less vacancy, but definitely you can keep an eye on the updates and notifications. Banking, there are a lot of engineers who are appearing for banking exams, which is definitely not strength of engineers. Uh, Surely they have a good knowledge of mathematics and general awareness, and technical data interpretation, and reasoning awareness. But when you go to into banking exams, there are subjects like specifically related to banking, which is not a strength of an engineer. So according to your interest, you can select, do you want to go through the banking exam or not. Then UPSC civil services. It is something that in the recent few years, it is seen that a lot of engineers have cracked civil services examination. So it is something that I would love everyone to attempt once, and see that if you can clear it. And I would just say thank you and all the best to everyone, and do well in your career. And if you have any doubt, you can ask in the question session right now. And so here I finish the session. Thank you. All the best.
Thank you, Tushar, for the wonderful session. It was a detailed, clear view about the competitive exams in the government sector. Now, these are truly so many achievements at this age by both of you. We have seen your devotion and determination towards the work right from college, and we are happy to see that you still have it within you. Now, we will have an interaction session with the presenters and our HOD sir and also our fellow faculty members. So I would request Ashtavir to on his video and also unmute himself. I would request our HOD, Dr. Sunil Kirloskar, sir, to start with the question answer session.
Hello. Yeah, Ashtavir, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you have on the screen. So we start from you. I will just ask a couple of questions because there are a lot of others who want to know something from you. So I will restrict my questions. So you started your, or rather I will start with the question, who was your inspiration to write the competitive exams or go in the government jobs, something like that? Who was your inspiration?
Okay. So as a student in the first year, I was not unable to know about what are the government exams. I didn't have any knowledge about what to prepare, how to prepare. Suddenly it goes with academics, and it came to second year, third year, and in the fourth year, in the last year, in the January 2018, I have got an opportunity to work in Mumbai Metro Rail Corporation for an internship of 2 months. So there I have got an opportunity to see the working officials, the working government officials, how they work, how they have the power, how they have the authority, and how this authority can be used and utilized for the noble cause of developing of cities infrastructure and construction activities. So there are many more working officials I have seen, that is the Mumbai Metro Rail Corporation authorities, and especially the our senior manager Mr. Abhijit Chaudhary. He was working senior manager. I have inspired from him to work like a boss, to work like a government officer, and utilize our knowledge for the betterment of the society, and push up our development of our country.
Okay, thank you. My second question is, uh, in the BMC job, you told one incident which you said that time you realized that your civil engineering was very much in force. So can you elaborate that incident? What was actually happened that time?
Okay, since I have mentioned that I am working in the hydraulic engineers department as a sub engineer, that is the water resource department of BMC, the Bombay Municipal Corporation. I have been posted in A ward, that is the southmost part of the Bombay. We all know the water is conducted from the northeast region of Mumbai to the southeast region of Mumbai. So the pressure at the dead end was very low, and due to some reasons, we have identified there is a leakage in the drainage chamber, and the SWD lines, the sewerage lines got intact with the water lines, and the people were getting a dirty water, like smell like a gutter. So and there we have grabbed the opportunity, because at because of our decision, the life of the 8 to 9 lakh people getting impacted. So we have stopped the supply for the one day. We have cleared the drainages. We have improved the pressure from the Malabar Hill balancing reservoir. We have washed out our whole water lines. It took 24/7. We worked in upward in the night too, and the next day we got the clear water to a Kulaba Koliwala region, that is the southmost part of the Bombay, where we all know the Kasab, the very bad person, the terrorist Kasab entered into the Mumbai, that Koliwala region.
Okay. Okay. Fine. And well, that's all from me. Please, Pooja Madam, please continue.
Thank you, sir, and thank you, Ashtavir. Now I would request Professor Arbaz Kasi to take over this question answer session here on.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Uh, Hello, Ashtavir. Good evening.
Hello, sir. Good evening, sir.
Ashtavir, my question is how your university syllabus helped you in preparation of your exam?
Okay. Right, sir. So basically, I have started preparing for the syllabus, that is the Mumbai University syllabus. Uh, as we know, I'm the brightest student, but it is not all about the brightness or brightestness. Uh, I know the importance of university syllabus, which will going to impact in my future goal. So I have already prepared, and I have already taken a syllabus copy, and I found that 80% syllabus is almost similar to Mumbai University syllabus. I'm repeating that 80% syllabus is almost similar to what I have prepared for the various competitive examination. So that helps me a lot to boom my preparation, to boost my ability. And so this is all. Mumbai University syllabus also helps me to crack the exams too.
Okay, thank you, Ashtavir. My next question is to Tushar.
Yes, sir.
Good evening, Tushar. How are you?
Good evening, sir. I'm fine.
Tushar, my question is for railway recruitment board exams, you have to issue a medical fitness certificate. Is it right?
After clearing the mains exam CBT2, the shortlisted students are called for document verification and for medical fitness. So
Okay.
we don't have to prepare a separate medical fitness certificate from a doctor. We have to go to the allocated or designated RRB hospitals and at the respective locations. And then we have to go through the various tests like urine sample test, then eye test, ear test, ENT test, then X-ray of the chest, then hand movement and the varicose veins that we have in the legs, then the hydrocele test, backbone test. So these are all eye tests. So these are all basic tests that we have to go through, and they make their own certificate, and that is how the document and the medical fitness certificate both go hand in hand, and the final list is prepared.
Okay. And suppose if someone is not able to clear those medical fitness, what is the next part then?
So, if there is a basic issue that is someone is not having a spectacle as per his understanding, but in the test, if someone is found to have a number or a power, so he is allowed to go and make a spectacle or given 2 days, 1 days to come back with the improvement or changes. So this is all applicable if there are minor changes, minor shortfalls. So he is allowed to go and come back with his improvements. So he's given a period of a time window during which he can rectify his problems and come back.
Okay. My next question is, if suppose a candidate wants to appear for a railway recruitment board exam, how much importance he should give to subjects like basic mechanical and basic electrical, apart from our core civil engineering subjects?
So yes, this is something I wanted to cover in my session, but I did not have the time. But I'll cover it now. For RRB, there is no requirement for no such heavy requirement of basic electrical and basic mechanical. But these subjects are very important in MPSC prelims because it takes a very it takes a huge portion in the MPSC prelim stage. Basic electrical, basic civil, basic mechanical, Marathi, English. Then we have mathematics. So these are the subjects that are important for MPSC. I see a lot of questions regarding MPSC, and I would like to clear those as well. But for RRB, there is no such requirement. You just need to know the basic chemistry, physics, and biology in RRB for the prelims.
Okay, thank you, Tushar. I'd like to Pooja ma'am to take over from here.
Ma'am, is it okay if ma'am, is it okay if we can cover the MPSC topic as well because everyone is interested to know that.
Yes. You can cover about it.
So Ashtavir can help in the MPSC because he has qualified till the interviews, so we can cover
Ashtavir,
a lot of.
so please
Yeah,
share views about your MPSC exams.
Yeah, okay. So talking about the MPSC, and we are not talking about the general MPSC here. Please, candidates, clear about the main difference between the general MPSC, that is the Administrative Deputy Collector's MPSC, and the Civil Engineering MPSC. So here, technically, we are talking about the MPSC Civil Engineering Services. So I have cracked the MPSC Civil Engineering Services 2018 till interview in very first attempt. So basically, MPSC Civil Engineering Services consists of three stages. That is, first one is preliminary stage, second one is mains exam, and third one is interview. So first is preliminary exam. Preliminary exam is consisting of 100 marks. 60 marks is for the technical session, and 40 marks for the non-tech section. Non-text in that non-technical section, 10 marks is for Marathi, 10 marks is for English, and the 20 marks is for the various sections like general knowledge, current affair, polity, history, economy, geography, and etc. And talking about the remaining 60 marks technical portion, it is also divided into four sections of 15, 15, 15 marks each. The first section is about basic electrical engineering, that is our first year, first semester subject. And second is basic mechanical, that is engineering mechanics, that is also from our first year syllabus. And the third one is all about introduction to the civil engineering, which includes the surveying and the building material sections only, not the in-depth civil engineering syllabus. It's only for 15 marks. And the next one is the mechanical engineering syllabus. it is out of syllabus for our civil engineers because it is all related with the mechanical core mechanical engineering syllabus, that is laws of thermodynamics, heat engines, and various etc. So this is all about prelims, and the 2018 cutoff for prelims was 35 marks for open category, obviously. And in 2019, since the post was 1100, in the range of 1100, the cutoff downs towards 26 marks. This is only a qualifying examination. No score is included in the final merit list. You have to just clear the benchmark of the cutoff. Your score will not be counted in the final merit list. Then if you clear the first exam, that is preliminary stage, you will go to the main exam, that is the preliminary exam generally occurs between June, July, and the main exam is almost in September or I think November or December month. So you got almost 5 to 6 months for the mains preparation. So in the mains preparation, there are two papers, paper 1 for 200 marks and paper 2 that is also for 200 marks, which covers the entire syllabus from the civil engineering portion, which includes fluid mechanics, volume 1 and volume 2, all applied hydraulics, structural analysis, strength of material, all the core civil engineering services, all the civil engineering subjects, right? Then the cutoff for the mains on 2018 was almost around 280 marks, and 2019 still yet to come. So then you go to the interview round. In the interview is of 50 marks, and you got two panels, that is one for each chaired by an IS officer. I would like to share my interview experience. It is very interactive session. Interview is not an interrogation. It is only about the discussion. I would love to share my experience of MPSC 2018 interview, which is chaired by the IS Chandrasekhar Oak, the former MPSC chairman. He asked me, he asked me my few details, and I have told him that I'm Mhashilkar, coming from the Parel, and I'm staying in Mumbai, and all and all. Instead of asking technical question, because my pointer was too high and I'm the university ranker, so he didn't ask me the technical question. He straightly come to the point that, and only ask a question that, Mr. Veer, if you are a scholar student, would you like to motivate your juniors or any candidate to 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 crack for the government exam, to look for the to act as a government officer? So I said, yes, sir. Why not? He said, then motivate me. I was speechless. Means, how could you motivate an IS officer? So practically, I'm smartly I said, sir, I like to motivate those people who are younger than me. Then he smiled. He told me that, assume, assume I'm younger than you. Now motivate me. So then it is a tricky question. At that time, by using a sense of humor, I said, sir, see, I have motivated you to become younger than me. So that's how the interview goes, and that's how it is a discussion section. It is not an interrogation session. So this is all about MPSC and my experience about 2000.
I would also like to add one point for MPSC aspirants, that the mains of MPSC happen just before the IAS as prelims, and both the MPSC mains and IAS prelims have a similar format of um, 4 options MCQs from the technical syllabus. So it is a very good exam to go for, because if you are appearing for MPSC, you already have covered the technical syllabus in the mains, and soon after the mains is over, you have the IAS prelims, which is also on the same lines. It's a very good exam for MPSC and IAS. Yes, in November you appear for the mains, and in January you have your IAS prelims. It's a very good opportunity to clear both the exams very well. So I request everyone to see the calendar for this year. We don't have a calendar as because of the COVID crisis, everything is disturbed. So we can't say about the notification, the date of notification, the number of notification and vacancies. So nothing is rigid and clear. But I would just say that exams like IES, ESC, Civil Services, Indian Navy, Indian Army are all cyclic exam and happens once year definitely. So you have to select exams which definitely happen in every year, so that if you have appeared it this year and not able to clear it, you can appear it again next year. Because few of the exams don't happen every year. These are all like in RRB exam. RRB exam is not something that happens every year. It happens in every 2-3 years. You can't sit for studying RRB right from right now, because you will expect it to happen in the next year as well. But no, these exams happen in 2 to 3 years. But exams which happen every year, those are the main exams that you have to focus on and prepare for those.
Thank you, Tushar and Ashtavir, for your experiences and insight about various government exams. Thank you to our HOD sir and Professor Arbaz Qadi sir as well for their questions. I would like to tell you that our live chat of YouTube is flooded with appreciation and with a lot of questions. We would try to cover the maximum questions out of it. So going forward with the chat questions, there is a question to Ashtavir from Darshan Biani. I am diploma you pursuing last year. So what type of exam are available for me and what preparation should I do?
Okay. So if you look at the previous year, that is in 2019, there was a lot opportunity for diploma civil engineer to work as an junior engineer in Maharashtra government and also in BMC also. Recently, the BMC JE happens in 2019. It is also on the basis of diploma, and in 2018 and 19 duration, I think there was PWD. There were some exams like PWD JE, WRD, that is Water Resource Department JE, WCD, that is Water Conservation Department JE, and these all are the exams which comes with a huge huge vacancies. Means if you look at the calendar of 2019, there were almost 1000 to 1500 total vacancy came out for junior engineers on the basis of diploma, including RRB J2.
Thank you, Ashtavir.
Okay.
Our next question is to Tushar from Anup T. Augustine. Everyone wants to clear government jobs. Isn't following your passion better than having a 9 to 5 job?
Well, this is a very subjective matter, and it will be shocking to hear that I have two jobs in hand right now. Which I have to select from. So I have the RRB and FCI as well, and both are basically placed in Mumbai itself. But RRB is in Central Railway, and the FCI is in Borivali. So so many might think that since RRB you will get a lot of facilities, RRB is a better job, but many might think that FCI from it's close to my house, and usually FCI in the corporate office it's a 5-day working, so many might choose Saturday Sunday off kind of a job. So many might choose FCI and many might choose RRB. So if someone chooses FCI, then definitely he is working towards following his passion, because he gets 2 days off. He stays close to his home. He has more time in hand. So even if you are going for a government job, it depends on what kind of job you are having and where are you staying and do you get enough time to follow your passion. So it's a very subjective matter. If anyone can have a different answer. So whoever wants to follow your passion, they can go for their passion. But if even if you have a good option in the government jobs, you can go ahead with your passion along with the job.
Yes, thank you so much, Tushar. Our next question is again to Tushar from Ganesh Raj Jadhav. I have just completed second year in civil engineering. What exactly should I do now for preparing for government exams?
Well, like we discussed in the previous session, the last session we had about MPSC, exams like MPSC, UPSC ESC, UPSC Civil Services, then Indian Army TGC, then you have the SSC, Indian Army SSC notifications, then you have the ISRO and DRC, GATE. These are exams which happen every year, no matter what happens. These are something which is a cyclic kind of an exam. So These are the exams you should start preparing now according to your comfort zone, where you want to work, what kind of a job you need. You have to select your strong points and weak points and analyze which exam you have to give. If you want to go for masters or a PSU, you will appear for a GATE exam. If you want an central government or top post, then you can go for UPSC ESE. So from second year itself, you can see the syllabus, which are the subjects that are important for UPSC IES. If you are studying right now in your second or third year, you can make short notes from there. You can appear for specific subject test series and find out the mistakes and analyze yourself. And you can then prepare for these kind of cyclic exams and don't wait for exams which happen in 2 to 3 years. Like in BMC exam, I'm not sure if it will happen next year, but there will be a gap of around 1 2 years. So you can't wait for BMC exam again. So you have to prepare for exams which are cyclic in nature and analyze, just like in my PPT I said, analyze every aspect of the exam and prepare accordingly.
Thank you so much, Tushar. Next question is to Ashtavir. Ashtavir, this is a question from Pooja Yakanali. Do you have any idea of how to apply for MPCB, that is Maharashtra Pollution Control Board, or CPCB, that is Central Pollution Control Board exam? Do they conduct exams or walk-ins?
Okay. So, as per my knowledge, and I have searched for the various exams. I I came to know that these vacancies are being filled up by only MPSC board, that is Maharashtra Public Service Commission board, through uh, by by publishing their notification. You can find the vacancies of this environmental board in detail in their notification. So MPSC is the only body in Maharashtra that they can conduct the exams to fill up their vacancy.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ashtavir.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. There is one question from Bhavesh to Ashtavir. Since due to COVID-19 right now, do we get similar type of notifications for government exam or has it affected?
Okay, hello Bhavesh. So this is COVID-19 is a pandemic, and due to this pandemic is increasingly going on. Almost all exams are get affected. So we can hope. I'm not saying officially, but we can hope almost all the exams will get postponed by 1 year. The same calendar will be repeated in the next year.
Okay, thank you so much, Ashtavir. Our next question is to Tushar from Dhaval Shah. Was there any vacancy for RRB exam this year?
No, as I said, RRB and FCI, these are not cyclic exams and don't happen every year. So, and also the number of vacancies was very high in last year's notification. Uh, that is CEN 03 2018. So the number of vacancies were high, and I don't think that this year they will conduct, and there will be a gap of 1 or 2 years again. Like the last RRB JE exam was held in 2016, I think, and then in 2018. So it took a gap of 1 year and then it was conducted. So we can hope for a new notification by next year. But there's nothing a solid answer I can give because I don't work for the RRB board. So I don't know.
Okay. Also, there is a continuation to the same question.
Mhm.
Which are the specific books that are to be referred for RRB exam?
Well, like I said in my PPT, I would just go back to my PPT once again. So I'll again screen share the same slide. Yes, so for the different subjects, I use different books. Like for current affairs, I use YouTube videos from channels like Adda 24 and various other channels that I don't remember. Then for GK, I use general knowledge, Lucent's book. Then for computer application, I had used notes from Bolt.com or something that were very good for the computer application. And also, since we are engineering students, the computer is not very difficult. It's just basic computer knowledge that is required. And for technical, as I said, there are various books from different coaching centers. You can order the MCQ books from there, or they specifically print for special exams like RRB. They had a book for the MCQs from various coaching centers. Also, you can use independent publication houses books like S. Chand has a book of Dr. Kurmi and Gupta sir. So and also there's another book of Gupta and Gupta. I don't know the publication house, but you can use these books for preparing for RRB exams.
Okay, thank you so much, Tushar, for giving the proper content about it. Our next question is from Sweta Parmar to Ashtavir. How many months exactly it takes to prepare for a government exam?
Okay, so it differs as the names differs. So from my experience, I have started preparing in the last semester, and it took me almost about 8 months for continuous study to to crack many exams. But although I'm saying that some people got 2 to 3 years, some people got many more years, like 5 to 6 years to crack the exam. It depends on your how smartly you are preparing. Success you will get early. So I can proudly say that I have cleared many exams in my first attempt, since I have been continuously preparing while studying the the academics also. So the better way, if you started studying in your leisure time while doing engineering, it will boost your time and it will boost your duration, and it will in the minimum time period you can crack the many exams like I did. So during, I think, the almost 1 year is sufficient. The 1 year dedicated study, I'm repeating, the dedicated study is sufficient to crack the exams.
Thank you so much, Ashtavir. Our last question today for Tushar. It is from one of the participant, that how many times you can give those exams? What are the restrictions?
It depends on various notifications. Like for EAC, I'll just give an example. For EAC, it is different, and for UPSC, IAS, it is different. There's age limit also. There's attempt limit also. There is exemption for different categories and different for people who are physically specially able. So there are all kind of relaxations, and it depends on the notification. There is no such. Um, at least there are 3 attempts for everything. So it is definitely more than that. But I don't remember every exam how many attempts are allowed. But in notification, it is written very clearly how many attempts are allowed and what are the age limits. So you can go through all the notifications and find out the number of attempts that is there. I'm sorry, I don't remember the numbers, but you can go through the notification and find out.
Okay, thank you so much, Tushar. Since it is already 5:30 p.m. and due to time constraint, here we come to the end of this session. As rightly said by John Kennedy, the success of any school can be measured by the contribution the alumni make to our national life. And thus, we are proud of you as you justify this statement. Now, I would request Professor Viren Chandan Shive sir to please deliver the vote of thanks.
Hello, am I audible? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes, sir.
Good evening, everyone. Uh, First of all, I'm very much happy and feeling proud to express my vote of thanks on behalf of our civil engineering department to Mr. Ashtavir Mhashilkar and Tushar Panigrahi for your very interesting and informative, thought-provoking address on the career planning and competitive exam for the student development. And from Ashtavir's side, there was the speech was very motivational and very inspirational speech, which is given by Ashtavir. And Tushar, you did a very detailed overview on the complete process of examination. And again, once again, I'm very much thankful from our civil department. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now I am request to Pooja ma'am to take over this.
Thank you, Viren sir. Let me tell you that we have more than 1,000 registrations for this program. And on behalf of the entire civil engineering department, I thank each and every participant for their overwhelming response and making our student development program successful. Tomorrow, we have our next session on education in abroad by 3 of our alumni who have studied in 3 different countries. With this, we come to an end of today's session until we meet tomorrow for our next session. Thank you, everyone. Stay home, stay safe, but keep learning.